My husband got sick in February of 2011 when my children were 8 and my daughter was, oh my God, I can't even talk about this. I can't talk about it. I'm not gonna be able to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm going to be a horrible spokesperson. Oh, jeez. Okay. If I keep the kids out of it, maybe I can be better at
Keep
it.
the kids out of it.
What?
Kids are kind of a big part of it.
Okay. Let me try again. Okay. Whew. Okay, so.
What I was going to say.
Yeah.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is you might want to do a recording, like a clean recording of the backstory, so you don't have to do it again. Like where it starts out with the story.
Right. Well.
So you don't have to edit it, or people don't have to go through 30 minutes. You know.
Right. Well, I can't stop it. I can't stop it because then people get kicked off or whatever. Like, I don't know how it works. So I'll keep this one and then, all right, so I'll start it.
I'm gonna drop that.
Okay, ready? But I don't have I should powder my nose because it's red. Whew.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. I love you.
Oh. Okay, so whew, this is way harder than I thought. I'm gonna mute you. Oh, I'm gonna kick you. Whew. Okay, so okay. In February. All right, let me show you again. Hold on. I feel like such a fucking idiot. Okay. In February of... Hi, everybody. It's Alyce. Thank you for being here. This is my first video for my company, the Gifted Forward Foundation, and I'll try to give you a background of how it started. In February of 2012, my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and it was a very rare form of cancer. Only 100 people got it a year. And my children, my twins were 8. They're boy-girl twins, and my baby was 7 months old. I cannot mention my children without crying. I don't know why, I just can't. And so we originally thought that he would be okay, and then it spread in June, and in August I asked the doctors when he was going to die. And they said that, we don't know that. We can't tell you that. And I said, look, I have 3 kids, and their dad is going to die. And I need to know when. Because, oh my God, the phone rang. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's so crazy. Okay. So, they said that they can't tell me. And I said, I need to know because I have 3 kids and I need to be able to help prepare them for his death. And it was a back and forth, of course. And this was in August. And they said, well, we're going to try to get him to his birthday. And that was in January. And I said, his birthday? And they said, yeah. And I said, well, what about the kid's birthday in March? And it was so confusing to me. And my daughter was in counseling. And in about September, she thought that maybe they could make a quilt for my husband and have everybody sign it. And then she thought maybe famous people would sign it. And in her mind at that time, if people were famous would sign it, then, because they're so busy, then he really matters and he would really know how loved he really was. And I put it on Facebook, and friends started reposting it and asking their friends, and one thing led to another, and everybody was doing it. It was amazing. We were on the news and we were in the newspaper, and people that I hadn't spoken to in years since high school, or people that I had only known from Facebook that I didn't really know in real life, were helping me. And we wound up getting 1 million people. President Bush Sr. signed, and Charlie Sheen signed, and Michael Douglas signed, and Joan Rivers signed, and Sofia Vergara signed, and the Bears, and the list is endless. Donnie and Marie signed, Rick Springfield signed. So many people signed it. It was so generous. I could not believe that people were being so nice. I really was overwhelmed. And there's videos of me at Alyce is Curious of, if you Google Alyce is Curious and Comfort Quilt, there are videos of me just like, I can't believe this is happening. So we were planning on giving it to him for his birthday, and then he became paralyzed, and it got more and more serious. And so we wound up giving him the quilt. My girlfriend Gina had a seamstress do it for free, right? She took her time. She made 2 of them, and she built this whole quilt for my husband, and we gave it to him on Christmas. And it was amazing, and he was surprised, and was crying, and there are pictures of it on the internet, and it was really incredible, and I was so overwhelmed. And one day, somebody came to our house, handed me an envelope. I don't remember exactly how much money, $200, $300, $500 was in it, and they said, this is from us. And I didn't know who they were, so it was a little strange. And it was just, they heard about me, and they are a charity that does this. They randomly show up at your house. Hasbro, out of nowhere, somebody knew them. They sent my kids 3 boxes, giant boxes of Hasbro presents to let them know that they were thinking about them. And it was so nice and amazing. And then we had a birthday party for my husband, January 17th and January 21st. He was always at our home, and he didn't wake up. And we sat with him all day, and he didn't speak all day. I don't know if I've ever said this actually on the internet. I'm not sure. But, and we would wet his lips during the day. And my friend Gina was in charge with hospice, who we had since November, who's amazing. She was in control of the medication because there were so many meds he was given to keep him pain-free. And so he didn't talk. And the last picture I have of him was at 2:20, and my daughter is sitting there, and she's just red-faced. And It was about 5:45 at night, and I was there by myself with our caregiver, and he was laying, and he went, and then he exhaled, and the caregiver guy said, "It's now." And so I yelled for my children to come in, and they did. And my twins sat next to their dad, and they said, "It's okay. We love you. We'll be okay. You don't have to worry." And after having not spoken all day, he turned his head and he looked at them and he opened his eyes and he said, "I love you." And he took a breath and he died. So my daughter at that time was 18 months old, and my children were almost, they were almost 10. They were 9 when he got sick. I said 8 when I was 1. And he died. And it was sad. And it was really, and it's so sad. And so before he died, he did some videos, and he did a video called "Words Hurt." And I'll play it. That's what I'm going to do. Let me find it. Hold on. I will find it. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it. Hold on.
Good morning.
Let me see. Hold on. Tell me if you guys can hear it. Hold on a second.
And I just want to talk to you about...
Okay, hold on. I am going to play it loud. See if you guys can hear it on my iPhone.
Good morning. As you can see, I'm still in the hospital, getting a lot of videos done. Today's January 7th, 2012. And I just want to talk to you about that words hurt, and do unto others as you want others to do unto you. So as you go through life, you will realize that words can hurt people, and in general you want to be nice to people. You want to treat people as you would want to treat them. There's other sayings like something about a little candy, be nice, and if you're, I can't think of the saying now, something about candy. Well, maybe I'll think of it later. But just want to talk about that. In general, be nice to people in restaurants, and it will come back to you. Whether it's think of how the other person feels. The cashier in the store, the person working at McDonald's, they have a tough life too, and sometimes things don't go right. And sometimes, just be understanding and don't lash out at people. It's going to happen, you're going to do it, but I always felt bad after I did it. Your mother can tell you, "Oh, you did that all the time," or, and yeah, people do, and I think in my life I did a little too much. But it's just top of mind today, and just want to talk to you guys about it. Especially when you get into a work atmosphere. At work, you got to be careful because they're competing with you. Your coworkers are competing for the bigger and better jobs. So what you say matters more at work than what you say matters outside of work. And if you commingle your work friends and your personal friends, sometimes you can have issues, or not. But just be careful what you say in life. And words do hurt. And try and be nice to people. And more will come back to you in the form of niceness. So maybe you'll get more of what you want. This is a weird little video. Got a little video counter there. I'm at 2 minutes, 35 seconds. I don't have too much to say more on this. This is probably one of my more boring videos for you. At least you get to hear me talk and see what I'm doing today. This morning in the hospital, I had, I opted not to go with the omelet. I had a weird taste in the omelets before when I stayed, and this time I had Belgian waffle with extra strawberry syrup and some butter. Man, it's good. It's a little bacon. You know what? That's what I forgot to order. I forgot to order the bacon this morning. But I was well in the hospital. I'm coming home to see you, Lorelei. I haven't seen you, but I get to FaceTime, which is really cool on my iPhone. Lorelei, by the time you see this will probably be maybe ancient technology. This is an iPhone 4. Your mother has the iPhone 4S, and we can do FaceTime, where I can see you and you can see me, and we can talk, and that's really cool. They'll have all kinds of gadgets when you're older, which would be fun. So anyway, I love you. I love you so much, Harrison and Adelaide, Lorelei. You guys mean everything to me. And your mother. I love you, Alyce. And you guys are a family unit. Stick together. I love you.
I haven't seen the end of the video. I don't think ever. So anyway. So, I saw that video. And there are other videos as well for the kids. And then, shortly after that, the Sandy Hook shooting happened. And it might not have affected, it overwhelmed me. Because I couldn't believe that people could be so mean to each other. You know, it didn't bother me, and it sounds really crazy, it doesn't really bother me when adults kill each other so much, because they're adults. And I know that sounds so ridiculous, but to go somewhere and on purpose, hopefully on my website there will be less crying and more happiness, because honestly the business is not bad. I'll have to figure out how to do a video where I'm not hysterical all the time for the website anyway, which is under construction. But okay, so how somebody could be so mean to shoot these kids was just beyond my understanding. How we have deteriorated as a society, and that they were just little. So then that happened, and I started to think back then, and this was like in sometime in early 2013, actually it's late 2012, early 2013, that it was really important to me to try to force people to be nicer to each other. And so I started a company called Gift It Forward. And when you bought a bracelet, you got another one for free. And the website went up and it was fine. And it was all about selling these bracelets. And it didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel correct. Like, I'm not a bracelet. I mean, they're nice bracelets, but I'm not a jewelry manufacturer. I don't know anything about it. And I didn't feel like my message was right. And our mission statement is correct. Is still the same. It's doing random acts of kindness in a purposeful way. And that's still right. But I couldn't figure out why it was so important to me. And I figured it out like a month ago, after thinking about it every day and every day and every day, literally thinking about it every day since, well, December of 12. So wait a minute, for 3 years I've been thinking about why did it fail? What was wrong with it? And it's because I wasn't doing it for the right reason. And now I know the reason. It's because being nice matters, and it really does matter. And words do hurt. And we're so not nice. And I don't know when we stop being nice to each other.